Grand Rising, dear family. Wagwan, Ola, Konnichiwa, and/or Shalom to every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet. I am just a man with the conviction, treading wisely. What is my conviction? Why do I tread wisely? My firmly held belief and/or firmly held opinion is that God will have his world, God will have his people moving Godspeed forever. Soul speed. I tread wisely because I'm delivering this message to you for it to manifest by any moral means necessary. All that out the way, though. I want to give a full recap on all that I've said since I've been posting. I started posting in 2023. Just been talking, saying some stuff out loud. Don't care how anyone takes it at all because it's what the truth is. So, since I started posting, when I first started, I was calling Satan one of our two enemies. We have two main enemies. One of them is Satan. The other one is actually the Lord God. Both Satan and the Lord God are our problem, our main problem. Now, when I first started posting, I said that Satan was a female. I was wrong. Satan is a man, and Satan is more so, and also Satan is a spirit of pride. But out of the two enemies that we truly have, Satan is not actually the true enemy at the same flipping time. He is under the control of the Lord God. He is under the control of Yahweh. He is under the control of Isis. I said that Satan was a female. No, he is not a female. He is a man. Mother Yahweh, the Lord God, that is the true enemy. But at the same time, even she is not the true enemy. And she is also the actual she that I really, when I was studying and I realized, and I came to the revelation, I realized that the Lord God is actually, and has always been the problem in a sense. The Lord God has always been a problem. Now I'm gonna throw this out there to make sure you all hear what I'm saying. I'm not religious at all. I'm not religious at all. I just have a lot of information put in my head from my Christian background and all the other things I've experienced in my life to get me to the knowledge and awareness I have today. That being said, I will say this about my beliefs in the Lord God. I know for a fact the Lord God is very real. And I also know that the true God, meaning the soul inside of humanity and or the power inside of humanity and or humanity itself, because we all came from one human being, and that one human being that observed himself, creating himself as himself to be himself. In other words, the answer to the word phenomena, as I said, is just energies at play. A phenomena is just simply energies at play, or a phenomena is simply the observation of a thing start to finish that happened. Anything, it don't matter what it is. Our Father, which art in heaven, watched himself make himself. So he is the energy phenomena that created the nature known as a human being. When I first started posting, I was calling Satan a female and I was calling Satan the Lord God. But in reality, no, the Lord God and Satan are two different entities. They are two separate entities. One is pride, which is Satan. Satan is pride. Satan has many different names, one method of operation. You got names like Anu, El Shaddai, Diablo, Satan. Lucifer was never actually one of Satan's real names. When you study from some specs of the Jewish community, meaning the book of the Torah book, the book of the Torah. When you study certain aspects and certain ideas from that, you'll realize that Lucifer was never actually one of Satan's actual names. The spirit of pride never had one of the names of Lucifer. It never had the name Lucifer. Then you got the Lord God. The Lord God also has many different names, yet one method of operation. And the Lord God's operation is envy. And the Lord God's has many names, and here's 9 of them right here, just to give an example. It's Yahweh, Yahweh Allah Kai Dios, Yah Khan, or Jehovah. Yahweh, Yahweh Allah Kai Dios, Yah Khan, or Jehovah. Then there's also 3 other names that I've also learned of in my process of studying, and there is Enlil, Isis, and Nut, or N-U-T. I don't like to say any of her names, honestly. Think about it. When you say the name Isis, or when you call her evil Yahweh, or when you call that mother of harlots, for that is what Allah truly is, the mother of harlots. Allah has been here before we were here. Allah has existed. Allah was born Allah was the soul created Allah. The soul which art in heaven, the Father which art in heaven created Allah the same day that he created the planet. 4.5 billion years ago. Allah is ancient. She is very, very ancient. Mother Allah is a very, very ancient entity, very ancient, and it has been attacking reality since the dawn of it. You get that? Because here's the reality. Before Allah was the spirit of jealousy, Allah was nothing but the negative atomic energy of the cosmos, meaning the absolute epitome of evil and darkness. Yahweh's energy is and was. That negative atomic energy is distributed through multitudes of God's duplicates. But on a surface level, from what we can see now, from what my understanding sees, the negative atomic energy is more so saturated and evenly distributed within two of the soul vessels, two soul skin vessels. That's what I like to call them. Soul skinned vessels. Soul skinned vessels. We are a people. We are a soul people. We have all three sets of energies in us. We have the neutrons, we have the protons, and we have the electrons. Electrons, protons, neutrons. It's almost the same as this, but it's just electrons here, the first two. Electrons, score 1, which was the first 30 electrons, or the second 30 electrons, the second 30 electrons, the 600 protons, and the 6 neutrons. Everything else that exists outside of soul tradition is flat to flip out evil. Yeshua exists in soul tradition. Yeshua is the soul person of neutrons. Yeshua's soul vessel is a neutronic vessel. Satan's soul skin vessel is an electronic vessel. It cannot exist within soul tradition. Satan cannot exist within soul tradition. It's because of Yeshua's powers that we are able to tap into the soul tradition. You follow what I'm saying? It's because of where the powers we got from Yeshua that our soul put into our minds, or in other words, that our souls gave himself. Our souls gave himself this kind of mind. Our souls gave himself. Remember, we all came from one human being. Everybody came from one human being. Everything after the first man's plantation and germination, everything after that was a genetic modification or a physical alteration in some kind of regard or way, shape, or form or imagination. It was only supposed to originally be one God on this planet, meaning one person. He created himself, and he was fully perfect. How was God going to be able to duplicate? Wasn't going to be nothing intimate or lustful involved. You want to know how he was going to duplicate? How about this? If you ever seen that cartoon Naruto, yeah, that's what God was going to be doing. If he would have successfully planted himself as himself to be himself without any interruptions from Allah. If Allah never interrupted the soul God's life, he would have just lived in peace, respect, balance, and progression with a bunch of duplications of himself on some Naruto stuff. You follow what I'm saying? But at any rate, when I first started posting, I thought Satan was a woman. But no, it was the Lord God that was a woman, that is a woman. And the Lord God has been attacking us since the dawn of our existence. Humanity has been here for 6 million years, according to what my understanding sees and the information that I have validated. Humanity has been here for 6 million years, and Allah has been attacking us every single day of it. It's the reason why we were able to get duped into slavery, because here's the ultimate reality. The genetically modified people, they were just piggybacking, starting from 6,600 years ago, they were just piggybacking off of the 6 million years of damage that Allah has already put us through, or Jehovah has already put us through, or Yahweh has already put us through, or Yahweh, the so-called Most High, has already put us through. Look, I had a lot of respect for the religious beliefs. I had a lot of respect for them, but now I have zero at all. I have zero respect for any religious belief whatsoever, because all the religious beliefs have done is distract us from the absolute truth and keep us separated from one another, like Genesis 11. All religions do is separate us and keep our beliefs stuck and keep us in a reality where we're just seeing all the madness go down and not doing anything about it at all. Why? Because we're waiting for someone to save us who's actually the reason why it's happening. We're waiting for something to save us. That's actually the reason why all of this destruction and pain is happening. We are not supposed to live through suffering. We are not. The fruit of the Spirit, the fruit of the Spirit is not suffering. One of the fruits of the Spirit is not long suffering at all. Remember, this world, it puts lies and truths in front of you at the same flipping time. At the same table flipping time. It keeps a lie and a truth in front of you. Everything that's in front of you has a lie and a truth in it simultaneously. Everything. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. The way I'm sounding and talking, I must sound like I'm doing good in my life right now, huh? Well, guess what? I'm not at the same flipping time. I don't like to talk about my personals though. I just want to give the information that is necessary for everyone to wake up and come out of her city. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4 and 5. Come out of her city. But at any rate, more recap of what I've been posting so far. But at any rate, more recap of what I've been posting so far. Now, I have said some very immoral words in regards to the genetically modified recessive people, to the pale Negro family, white folks. I said some very immoral words to them that went crazy viral, but I'm not going to apologize for it because I need y'all to hear something I have to say in a certain way. I just need you to hear it. Playing with fire, don't care. This is desperation. I know what to say to you all to get you to come out of her city. I know what to say to you. But this is just the first season though. This is just lots of distractions happen when I begin recording. But at any rate, my life, my living. I love all life. I love all life, yet I abhor what's living right now. And the only reason why is because of what's in charge of our living. Allah is in charge of our living, and that is a bad thing. That is not good. I know what the religious beliefs have taught us since we've been growing up, but Jehovah Allah, Yahweh Jehovah Allah, I am going to keep saying every God's name until every religion on this planet unites. It is 4,000 of you on this planet. Why is it 4,000 religions? Why do we need so many different beliefs on how to connect to one God if there's always only just one God? As I said before, I got distracted and lost my train of thought for a moment. My living is doing good because of the power inside of me, yet it is doing bad because of what's outside of me in control of it at the same flipping time. I said some very immoral words about the genetically modified people who are giving power to Allah, who are giving power to the beast, and to Allah's jealousy and Jehovah Allah's ways on our world, and Jehovah Allah's ways on us. For the world is simply the people on the planet, meaning us, living in the state of things as they actually exist. People on the planet, meaning us, living in the state of things as they actually exist. So whatever our ethos is, whatever our culture norm is, culture, era, or community norm is, doesn't matter. That's the makeup of the world. The people on the planet living in the state of things as they actually exist, meaning whatever the culture, era, or community is as it actually exists. So recap real quick. After the immoral words, the truth about Allah and Satan, the truth about the internal spirit, the internal soul, who we really are, the true God, I wanted to throw this out here real quick too. And this is going to be the base foundation of this video. Once I finish explaining this, I'll close it out. So far, I have given you all what I like to call the 4-7 theory, or the 4-7 awareness trigger. I'm just making it up as I go at the same time. It's like, here's the reality for me, man. Here's the thing. Okay, we got the devil and they people that just popped up out of nowhere and just drug us all into their world's direction. So why can't somebody from God's team just pop up out of nowhere and do the exact same thing? Why can't somebody from God's team do the same thing? Is that illegal? I mean, envy, convinced pride to drive us to a world of slavery. Pointless reasons, no reason at all. There was no reason at all that we got drove to this world. No reason at all. She just wants us, or the leader of the world simply wants us to live opposite of the soul's traditions in every way, shape, form, or imagination of that phrase's label and description. Why? Because she is jealous of it. Dissatisfied with the soul's circumstances. And then she got everybody else dissatisfied with the soul's circumstances. Everybody. The recessive people, they are, before I go on to the 4-7 explanation, into intellect, spirit, physical 4-7, the recessive people, they are, this is a side note here, they are a people that was stolen from ours and grafted into theirs. Stolen from ours and grafted into theirs. Everything is about turning people against people. You know what I'm starting to see, honestly? Everybody on the planet is black. Everybody is. I don't care where you from. I don't care about your landmass title, bro. I don't care about your landmass title. I don't care about your religious background. I don't care what you believe in at all. I see you for what you really are, because I live in reality. It's a bunch of genetically modified people being forced and driven to enslave a bunch of non-genetically modified people. In other words, there's a lot of white people globally being forced to enslave a lot of black people globally. That's all that's happening right now. It's just people being turned against people because of that jealous demon lady. But here's what I've also realized too. Once you know better, you do better. First step is to gain awareness of what you're dealing with, spiritual warfare. Second is to gain the knowledge of what you are dealing with, soulful knowledge, to beat the spiritual warfare, to get out of the bottomless pit. First step is gain awareness. Second step is to gain knowledge. And the third and the final is the application of the knowledge and awareness you now have just for simply hearing it out loud once. You just need to hear it once. Do you need to repeat it? Sure. Absolutely. Listen to it over and over and over again, however you choose to do it. But just be aware of what you are dealing with. For once you are aware of what you are dealing with, BKA, the definition of awareness being knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. That's all awareness is just knowledge or perception of the situation or fact. Be fully aware of it. And now, I just wanted to provide this so I can teach you or give you an idea of how to overwhelmingly and aggressively break free from it immediately. In other words, how to overwhelmingly and aggressively break free from the influence, ingrained indoctrination that is over your lives and is causing you to embrace and or elicit a lifestyle of war, hatred, division, and stagnance. Stagnance meaning death, stopping you from achieving what you were meant to achieve, what you were destined to have, which was your birthright. Everybody on this planet was destined to live in greatness. Don't care what you believe anymore in regards to that. Every single one of you are alive. Every single person on this planet was destined to live in greatness. All of you were. Truly do not care what you believe anymore. You're going to get this love. That's just what it is. Love defines as a feeling of deep affection for someone or something. You want to know what I have a feeling of deep affection for? The soul inside of all of humanity. I mean, just by looking at the reality and looking at how everybody's living, humanity sucks physically. But your souls are amazing. Which is the reason why you're able to fight against this bull crap you're dealing with. And let's not forget all that the soul has gave you. This thing known as your brain, which is the Bible, remember, lie and truth. The Bible told you not to lean to your own flipping brain. Put all your understanding on jealousy. That's what it tells you, Exodus 34:14, right? The Lord God is a jealous God, whose name is jealous. Jealousy told you to lean on it. And we bought it for 6,000 years. Because the recessives have been driven to attack us for 6,000 years. They can't stop. You don't get it. Genetic modification. Okay, here, I just want to drop this real quick. 4-7. I gave an explanation of the four-corner imprisonment system philosophy that has us in prison. Remember, the top field, jealousy. The left field, pride. The right field, wrath, greed, gluttony, and lust. because it gives strength to the simultaneous talk, which is what's keeping us confused and distracted and away from realizing where we need to live, which is the heaven on the Father's heart versus the hell on the mother's earth. And then you have the fourth corner, the bottom one that no one needs to worry about, which is sloth and or fear. Remember, fear defines as an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. Fear. Danger is likely to cause pain or threat. Danger is likely to cause pain or threat. You know what's dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat? Things that end your life. Things that end your life are what's dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. I gave you those four corners. So fear and laziness are the bottom corner. Avoid that. You don't need to worry about that at all. Just focus on getting to freedom. Focus on getting to soul freedom. Focus on that. I gave you the 7 pillars, i.e. the 7 belief system pillars that need to be dismantled by any moral means necessary, for once you know better, you do better. Just remember, due to the genetic modification, the spiritual soulful standards that we naturally have, that our God naturally put himself on this planet to have, due to the genetic modifications of the recessive family, it's hard for them to stick with it. So therefore, their genetic modifications, along with being beaten half to death for half a year by ISIS, when she first got her exodus out of the humanity's eternal heaven, when she first came out and beat them half to death, stole that 144,000, beat them half to death in order to get them programmed and prideful driven in order to drive us to a world of slavery. It's all pointless because of who's the responsible reasoning for all of this, because of what is the root cause of everything. Only dogs can breed dogs, only cats can breed cats. All of it's pointless. We don't need to go through any of this. We were tricked and duped into believing that we need to. Therefore, lean to your own understanding. Enki, Thoth, Odin, Yahweh Shai, Horus, Yeshua, Emmanuel Christ. Lean to his powers. Remember, our soul extracted power from his vessel to give us a brain, or to give himself a brain. To give himself specific. We are God's highest form of creation, period. But at any rate, I gave you those 7, the 4 corners belief system pillar and the 7 pillars. Right now, currently, I am presenting to you the 4 spiritual communications and the 7 dimensions of thought powers. That's the next thing. There will be a third and final thing too. Check out my shorts if you want to see what I meant by the 4 spiritual communications and the 7-dimensional thought powers, because this video the phone is running out of time, space. And I literally do not have the doohickeys and doodads to really give you a fancy presentation of everything I'm trying to get to you. So I'm just using my phone. I literally can barely only record a video for 30 minutes. Work with me if you can. Appreciate you for being here so far if you have remained. But at any rate, 4-7, spirit or intellect, intellect, soul. There will be a physical 4-7 that I'm going to give you too. And when I get to that point, it's just going to be primarily focused on standards and character. But right now, I want to give you all, I want to give you all the 4-7 of intellect, which is the 4 corners imprisonment system philosophy. Also the 7 belief system pillars that need to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. For once you know better, you do better. The recessives have been genetically modified. Therefore, their standard connection to the spirit soul has been altered. It's hard for them to stay that way. It's hard for them to connect with that. That's why that's why it's so easy to beat them and to force them and to control them and to get them to do something. We have to save everything. We have to save everyone. We have to save everybody. It doesn't matter what your genetic class is. Every single life matters. But the thing is, though, due to the war that we're in, we have to focus on we first, the melanated people. We have to focus on we first, the melanated people, because here's the ultimate reality. All life can't matter until Black lives do. Let's just be real. Who are y'all targeting? Who are y'all attacking? People with visible soul skin. Just looking at the ultimate reality here. Y'all are attacking us. You only attack us. That's just what it is. I will never be on the side of evil at all. Ever. I am against any and all things anti-life. I am against any and all things anti-life. You all are anti-life in every way, shape, form, or imagination of that phrase's label and description, and I am completely against all that you stand on. And I will always remain that way for the rest of my existence. Why? Because it's natural for me to. I don't even mean to. I got this skin, you see, that gives me my connection still. So therefore, I'm still naturally connected to it. Therefore, I still naturally stand on what's good by accident. Oops. But at any rate, 4-7 intellect, 4-7 soulfully. There will be a 4-7 physically. And physically, it'll just going to be focused on standards and character. And when I get to the standards of that, I'm going to tell you all the dimension level that I operate on, as well as the characters that I recognize from these dimensions. That's what the 4-7 physically is going to be. But the 4-7 for the soul, spiritual communication, as well as the 7 dimensions of thought power. Then you got 4-7 for the intellect. You have the 4 corner 9 imprisonment, the 4 corner, Revelations chapter 17 verse 1. That's what it is inspired by. You have the 4 corners non-physical imprisonment system philosophy. The 4 corners imprisonment non-physical system philosophy, meaning there is an influence, ingrained indoctrination over your head that once you master these 4 corners as to where each of them are rooting from, you will be able to dismantle each belief system that is giving it giving its ability to stand on. The 7 belief system pillars: racism, feminism, nerds and/or gangs, nerds translating to neglected Earthrealm dreamers as myself. Then you have the confused community. Then you have the gangsters, my brothers. The gangsters. I cannot wait to talk to you all with these philosophies. I cannot wait to gain the power I need to talk to you. But you know what? Maybe that's too much of a reveal, huh? Nah, y'all'll be all right. I'm quite sure. Then you got the 6th. Technically my favorite, but not really my favorite. The tribes. It's my favorite, but not my favorite at the same flipping time, you see, because I don't like to play favoritism as the enemy has been forcing and indoctrinating us to. And then the final belief system pillar that needs to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. Moral means necessary. Moral meaning, here's the ultimate reality. If you are taking someone's life in self-defense, it is still a standard, natural, moral wiring. It is still a natural, standard moral wiring to what your soul's traditions are. Your soul's traditions are of all things good, beautiful, normal, and natural concomitantly, and your natural moral wiring is connected to that, meaning we are naturally connected to what's good, beautiful, normal, and natural, meaning we naturally desire that, meaning we should naturally defend that, right? Why does God deserve to go through what he's going through? Long story short, this whole first season that I'm spitting out with all these videos that I've been posting right now is simply to prove God's innocence. That is all I am simply doing here, is proving God's innocence. Proving your innocence. Proving that you're good and not evil. That you don't wish to stand immoral at all. That you truly wish to stand morally righteous. You all do. I know you people. But you all don't know you want to do that. Because for 6 million years, both the dominant genetic and the recessive genetic has been getting beat and half to death. Take these words with you and I'm going to get ready to close this video out. Even the oppressors are as oppressed as the ones the oppressors are oppressing. That is just wisdom right there. I see you all suffering. Why are there so many of you homeless out here? Are you trying to keep an image in front of our faces? So you got to use your own people as a weapon just to screw at our heads? So you got to keep your own homeless people out here just to keep the image in front of us. This is insane. Because here's my thing. If you're such a superior race, why are there so many of you suffering and dying early? Why do white women look 90 years old at 40? I ain't gonna make this video too much longer. My family, be expressively lifted in the spirit. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.